Hey there guys, we are back with some more InfraSpace. So last video did pretty well and some of you guys wanted me to continue playing the game. So might as well play the game. This is going to be a long recording. So my idea for this playthrough, so I would like to hear your guys' thoughts about this, is I'm just gonna play for a really long recording session. I'm just gonna trim it down to the two important parts and just explain my thought process through the entire thing. So I'm just doing hand gestures here. You can't even see it, but I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna play it as I play. I'm trying to commentate as I go here, try to express my ideas here on how I plan things and how I what do you call this? How I organize stuff and try to explain the game mechanics as well. And yeah, so yeah, sit down, sit back, relax, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and this is going to be a long recording session for me, but maybe for you it's gonna be around 20 to 30 minutes depending on how long things are going. So from the last video, I played just a little bit, just to get some research out of the way, and I'm not sure if I explained it in the last video, but I've unlocked piping now. So instead of, I'm gonna explain that later, but let's just have a quick recap here on what this game is. So this game is a mix of a city builder with some automation mechanics here. So every job here, like every production, like the mining stuff, the factories and such, they require people, and people, they require, population, they require housing, and in order to get housing, you need to get materials. So a quick recap on the housing. So the best way to actually do that is actually to watch the previous video, but I'm just gonna do a quick recap here. So every house in this game requires a certain amount of things. So for example, oxygen, water, survival, home appliance, computer, and park, and they consume 1.5 units per minute, and this literally per minute over here. So every course of time here, as we speed up or slow down, they drain money. They drain all of these stuff. And if you fail to provide these stuff, this building would become inoperable and they just get out of this building. So these are the amount of people that can house, 24 units over here. So that is equate to how many jobs that we have. So how do we get that? So similar to games like Factorio and all the other things, every resource in this game has like a flow chart on how to get them. So for example, we have the concrete factory, the basic production over here. You just hover on this area. So a concrete factory requires 1 sulfur, 1 sand, 10 seconds of crafting time, and that requires 5 concrete. So where do we get sulfur? Well, sulfur mine. So the sulfur mine doesn't require anything. It just produces 1 sulfur every 5 seconds. Same for the sand mine, 1 sand for 5 seconds. And now how do these things get delivered? So usually in games like Factorio, Satisfactory, they utilize conveyor belts. But what is the best conveyor belt, or the closest thing you can see to a conveyor belt in real life? It's roads. I'm not sure if that's the same thing, but let's go for the roads. So the roads, for example, as you can see, this car is driving all the way out and to the delivery thing. Well, so those are basically the roads. So this game is like a planning simulator game, where you try your best to make the most efficient road network possible, trying to avoid traffic and all these things. So that's one of the reason why all of my production is like separated to very long roads. So that is my way of avoiding traffic, is just having very long roads. It adds to the travel time, but with highways and stuff like these highways and stuff, they are pretty much we unlock 6-lane roads. Thank you. I'm just as I play the game, I'm just trying to get all the research done, so by the time I'm done doing these things, I would have unlocked most of everything while we are doing this. So yeah, as you can see here, there is some sort of traffic here, so I could upgrade these roads into bigger roads. Like maybe I could upgrade this to a bigger road, so that would be fun. So if you're wondering, why not use highways? Like instead of normal roads, highways. Well, highways can't connect to, as you can see, they have sound barriers over here, so they can't connect to the buildings, so you need regular roads to connect to the buildings. However, highways are faster, so that is useful. So yeah, what else? So from the last video, the latest thing that I added is this factory, the computer factory. So try to get to the flowchart here. Computer factory requires plastic, microchip, and aluminum ore. So the microchip is over here. One thing I like about this game, if you zoom out, you could literally see the type of building that is produced because the symbol is literally over there and the color scheme is there. So the microchip requires electronics and sand. So this game is literally just a one big flowchart, and it's just satisfying to make things. So meanwhile, my electronics requires iron ore, copper ore. So that's why I grouped these buildings together over here, because these things are raw materials. I could get them from far away, like these copper ore mines and iron mines over here, and they just travel from here all the way here, go up, go here, and once they done crafting here, they could just travel here or maybe on this side when everything's traffic, and it is easily extendable. I could just copy paste these buildings if I need to, and they travel to here, and once these things get their raw materials, they just travel to here. For the plastic, I just require crude oil, and crude oil is basically anywhere over here. And I also got some green research. So similar to games like Factorio again, research packs are basically the way to get more technology and stuff. So these things require blue research packs. The blue research packs requires the basic carbon and crude oil and all these things. So I think from the last video, the latest that I added are piping. So usually you don't get piping in this game. Like early on, you get them maybe, like you can get them relatively early, but not as early. So how piping works is usually atmosphere processors produce oxygen, which is required by these buildings. Usually they will have a car, get the oxygen, travel all the way back here. However, with the use of oxygen pipes, as you can see over here, which I can connect all these things, I could directly connect these oxygen pipes to here. So that would reduce the flow of traffic. I mean, reduce the traffic because it reduces the amount of people needed. Similar to water pipes over here, we could we could connect everything that needs water to all these things. So yeah, I think I have my notepad over here. Let me just grab my notepad and my coffee so I could plan what is going to happen next. I'm just gonna zoom in while I look at this so you could see the view of the highway. Okay, so first things first, it says on my agenda I'm gonna improve the intersections. Okay, fair enough. We're going to expand this anyway, so I'm just gonna try to improve like maybe this intersection over here and maybe this main intersection over here. So usually yeah, in these intersections over here, usually if you are common highway, I mean like if you are a common driver and you've gone to highways usually have very interesting intersections. So let me try to explain it to you. So let's say I'm just gonna place it like around here maybe while the game is running, so the research is running. Usually in like highways, I mean in roads in general, let's go for basic roads in general. The best way to avoid traffic, and the game also does this, is to avoid any left turns. So as you can see here, if I click on any intersection, you can click this, you could see all the possible routes that these roads can take. You can edit them like so, like do it like this, do it like that. But as you can see, let me just try to remove all these so it would be easier. So usually in this intersection, the middle lane goes straight like these, the left lane goes a left turn, and the right lane goes to a right turn. So usually the best way to avoid traffic is, and I learned this in like planning class as well anyway, is to avoid roads connecting left turns in very busy intersections. So why does that happen? Well, if you're coming from here and you want to go to a left turn, go here, go straight, go to right turn. As you can see, these two lines intersect, which causes traffic because one car needs to give way. One way to solve this is either have a traffic light, like so. As you can see, we can have traffic lights here. We can also maybe have some yield signs, like which area would be preferred, like for example, which area would be preferred to go through. Or the best way is, usually you can see this in highways, is just to avoid the left turn entirely. So how do we do that? So let's say for this intersection over here, I'm not going to edit this right now while I'm explaining. I'm just gonna edit it as quick as possible, like maybe off camera, but I'm gonna try to explain try to explain what I'm going to do. Like for example, we have a T intersection over here. Well, first of all, disclaimer, I am not a certified road engineer, so don't take my advice for granted. So let's say we have a highway over here. Usually, okay, let's try to plan this out. Usually, how you do this is, if you're coming from this side, have a one-way road, connect like this, and another one-way road connecting, like, let's try to make this as elegant as possible. Let's try to make this as symmetrical as possible. One road like this, and then another road like this. So what happens here is, if you're coming from this side, you just need to edit some of these things like so. If you're coming from this side, if you want to go to this lane, rather than go to an intersection, you can just go straight here with avoiding any traffic. As you can see, there are less intersections over here, which causes traffic. Like obviously I could do it like this, connect it like that, but I would remove that, so that would lessen the traffic. However, if you want to come from here, this is where the complicated stuff. You can use RNF to increase the height of the roads to go over stuff. Usually what I would do, or like what I plan to do anyway, is maybe do it like this, connect like that, and then let's just round it out using these things to make it more elegant. And then I know this is not perfect, by the way. This could change in the future, especially on how compact things needs to be. And let's do it like so. Let's reverse U, and then let's try to make this as elegant as possible, like that. Okay, this is not the best thing, but it gets the point through. So let's say if you want to go from here and go to this side, you just go this very long road, connect it to here. And then usually what I do is to just use maybe like a one-way road to lessen the complications, and then just maybe turn it into a two-way highway if need be. And then for the middle part, change it into a two-lane highway, like so. So what happens is, after this, you just rearrange these things. So let's try to remove everything. So this is the hard part. Just do it like that, do it like that, do it like this, do it like this. As you can see, no path is intersecting, and people can just go anywhere they want. Well, this is my idea anyway. It says here on my freaking notepad. But yeah, you get the point. So this is one of the things that I like about this game, or maybe it's just taking that architecture degree itch in my brain. But this is so cursed. I'm not really sure how to do this. Okay, we unlock another research facility. Usually what I do, I just do it like this, like that. For you, remove these, remove the things that intersect. You guys can just go it like this. And then you guys can just go straight, and just do it like this. So yeah, that is basically the gist, so people can go freely as possible. I'm going to try to put it here, and maybe some intersections over here as well. And this would take a while. I'm just gonna delete this. So probably, I don't know, man. I'm just going to try my best. I'm gonna try my best. This is going to take a long time editing, especially with these cars on the way. I'm afraid that I would disrupt the flow here, so I'm just going to probably pause this game. Also, oh yeah, I didn't explain this. So I did this because I was so lazy. I didn't want to think about it. So what I basically did is, I went from here all the way here just to have some lay-by. Well, people can still intersect stuff, but it's not as bad as, you know, having multiple intersections in one area. But yeah, this is going to take a long time, but probably with the power of cutting and editing, it will not be as far. So yeah, I think maybe this is the best way to cut it if I don't have anything else to say. Oh, hey. Okay, so I forgot to tell. Okay, so right as I was editing this area here, yes, there's some stuff that I could do here. I forgot to show you this feature, or forgot to explain to you. But basically, you could drag these things like these bars to make really crazy road connections. So if you want to finally detail some of your road connections, you can do it. Like for example, if you want to avoid this crystal over here that is blocking the way, you could do that. But also, I want to try to explain to you something. I unlock trains as well. So let's go to the train stations here. So you got a choice of mini train station, small train station, medium train, large train station. So what are trains? So trains are obviously another form of transport in this game. And how it functions is, each train has their own input-output roads. As you can see here, if I zoom in, there's an arrow in, arrow out. You could connect roads here and there. But how train station works, so let's say we have a main train station here from middle of the city. And let's say we want to, let's have a very short station here. Let's say we want to connect it into this small train station over here. Okay, let's delete that. So how do you connect it? Just have some rails. As you can see, these rails, if we zoom in, have indicators on the direction. So similar to roads, you can do it like this. You can have a raised up road. And what's important about trains is you need to have a closed loop. So like that. So how trains work is you go to the train lines, add the train line, and then click here, add the train, add the station. So add that, train station alpha, train station beta, and just click on how many trains you want to add. So let's say we want to add a lot of trains. And if we fast forward, you could see this train is going to leave to the station and just go around. As you can see, you can also see the path. So how these things work is, cars would go, let's say if there's a demand of let's say food here. So cars would come from here, get this food all the way to the station. There's a storage, and then trains would carry it to the other station for it to output. So that's basically it. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go back to building the intersection now. So yeah, I just changed this, and I just the pop-up for, I forgot there was a pop-up for the upgrade for the train. But yeah, anyway, BRB. Yahoo! Okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect it to be that long. There was so much dead silence, so I think I'm just gonna cut that out. But good news, I've done a lot of work, a lot of intersections. We also unlock loads of new things in our research tree. Yeah, and I also decided to just leave the train station alpha over here, and I'm just gonna turn it into main station. This is going to be my main station. This is where everything will go. And as you can see, be proud of me, guys. All the highways, they've been converted to 6 lanes. They also been intersections here. There's also been, I also added an intersection over here. By the way, disclaimer, I am not the best. I'm not an engineer. I'm an architect, but I hope that this somehow is making everybody proud. I also added more like more of these laybys over here, similar to this side. I think I'm just gonna add another intersection here. I don't know. There's not much traffic anyway. As you can see, I also added the intersection over here. It's not the best intersection in the world. It kind of looks jank, but it's doing the work. Like as you can see, I did this, I did that, as I explained to you as well, and the cars are flowing pretty good. So if we're going to go to the visualizations and go for cars, you could easily see that cars are actually flowing. The traffic flow is almost at 100%. The only traffic area is this storage area over here. Basically, it's the iron people. I mean, the steel things just trying to go in the storage area. But yeah, so far the traffic is pretty good, almost 100%. Especially, I'm actually just really proud of this. Like, look at this. People are going through without slowing down. They're literally not speeding, and they're not literally slowing down. Good thing cars don't crash into each other in this game. So yeah, that is basically what I added to this area over here. Okay, let's remove the visualization. It's so cool, like you can have visualizations for everything. So I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but it's probably going to be at least, I don't know, 30 minutes ish. Let's just see how much I can edit down. So that is up for the future me anyway. But I also want to share to you one feature that I just researched, and I'm not sure if I have unlocked yet, and it is the spaceships. Let me just see here. So the spaceship is another feature of the game, which you can do like maybe into the mid game ish. You can start it, but basically you need to repair this entire ship in order to go escape. So that is the lore. Like you crashed here because your ship is destroyed, and you're just trying to get the resources from this planet back to your ship. So how does this work? So as you can see, if you click here, you get to see the bridge. It requires 250 aluminum, 250 electronics, 250 plastic, and 60 seconds. And after you've done this, we get a bonus. So the bonus is each time we produce an electronic, you get 1 extra unit, and each time a plastic is produced, you get a 1 extra unit. You just click repair and you can just do that. So how do we do that? How do we send it? So you can see here, where is it again? Is it spaceport, collection center, material storage? No, it's not that. Is it industry? Is it science? Here, it's here. It's the transport here. As you can see, I haven't researched it yet, but I think I'm going through the research it now. Yeah, spaceship construction is my next research. So this here is a facility. I'm just gonna let it run, so hopefully I could get this. Once we get this, I think I'm just gonna end that video. And the question is, do we have enough research? Storage 4. Where's my research? Okay, they're doing pretty well. Okay, what else can I talk about while we are waiting for this research? Ah, I see. I also unlock one of the best power resources in this game, solar panels. As you can see here, solar panels are pretty cool. They also added 2 styles if you want. It's literally the same production output, it's just the shape. And I think they produce the same amount. I mean, this thing saves, the triangles save a lot more space, but you know, if you are like, if you just want these guys, it's pretty fun as well. The classic solar panel. So at least, so as you can see, my power jump skyrocketed by a lot. Oh, we're lacking sand. Let's see a production. Oh, this is what I like about this game. Like any type of Factorio games, I really like if they do like a simple production overview on how much you're producing and how much you're consuming. And I love how they highlight things that, okay, voice crack over there. Oh, we finally unlocked spaceship construction. Okay, hooray, thank you. As you can see, we are production, consumption, and the worker. So as you can see, we are producing 96 units of sand, but while we are consuming, what is up with my English today? While we are consuming 110, so we are lacking the sand production. How is our research? We're okay, honestly, we're producing 17. That's fine. So yeah, it's pretty nice how they give us these overviews here to know like where we are lacking and where we are producing so much. So as you can see, I'm producing like double the amount of water I needed. So that shows that I would not need water anymore for in a long while. And let's go for some spaceship construction like so. So this guy over here, this big boy. So my plan is to actually like have another station over here probably to place this one so that everything would be like it would not cause any traffic, because if I would place them immediately over here, it would sow chaos. And probably I could probably connect this aluminum ore to here, because I don't want this very long road network in my area. And plus, so at least we could like connect some trains. Like maybe I'm just gonna have a small train station over here, like connect it like that. Just connect all of these things back to this main train station. So before we end this video, I would like to like showcase this at least. Let's try to place it over here. And try to connect these things. So all of these roads are input, so we don't have to worry. Let's have this guy connect it to that, connect to that. And let's try to repair at least one. I'm just gonna move that later. So let's just try to get this bridge. So we are already producing all these things. So if we just click repair, like so, and fast forward, let's try to highlight here the cars. As you can see, it's requesting 350 aluminum, 250 electronics, 250 plastic. And as we're going to see, this aluminum production here is going to need to produce a lot of aluminum for us. And yeah, and plus all of these electronics factories, they're going to travel all the way through this one and just go here. As you can see, they're just trying their best. They're trying their best to go here. Let's remove the visualization. So as you can see, they're just speeding. Oh, this is so dangerous. So I decided to just turn this into a narrow, like a more narrow road than it needs to be. Also, you guys could actually go here instead. So if you don't have any choice, that is basically it. So yeah, with this, it's just going to deliver all the things that are needed. And we are Spaceship. We are at Spaceship Tech now. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end that recording section. How long have I been recording this? Wow, that is around 2 hours-ish. Oh wait, never mind. That's pretty long. I've been recording for around 6 hours. How long have been I trying to figure out this game? Well, to be fair, I had some breaks here and there, but at least, yeah, I really had a hard time figuring out the elevations for this. Especially look at this; it's pretty cursed. If you think about it, like look at this incline. I tried to make it as aesthetic as possible, and I just said, you know what, screw it. Like I tried to make it as symmetrical as possible. I even tried finicking with this area over here, this one over here, but however, as I planned, like this is a much better one. As you can see, I tried my best here, and yeah, that is basically it for this episode of InfraSpace. Maybe the next episode I will try to showcase to you the train station, so tune in for that one. And I'm just gonna make probably, yeah, I'm just gonna play some trains for the next episode. But for now, yeah, that is it for InfraSpace. So I hope if you guys so yeah, thank you for the support for the first video. So if you guys want the next video to come out soon, be sure to support it as well. And look at this beautiful intersection. It's just so satisfying to see all your hard work, turn into a very smooth flow of traffic over here. And plus, look at the background, look at the moon, it's just so beautiful. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, click that like button, subscribe if you want more, and leave a comment, maybe some tips and tricks for this intersection over here. or just any tips or like any comments that you would like to comment. I will try to respond them as soon as possible. And yeah, that is it for this game. Hope you have a nice day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.